going on, guys? It's the People Chef, and we are back today with another brunch item recipe. Follow me step by step as I show you how to make this easy recipe. We got steak, we got roasted potatoes, we have eggs, and we have avocado slices. Now come with me and let's get started. Now the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is getting started by taking our potatoes and chopping them into small 1/4-inch pieces. After you chop them, you just want to put them into the bowl. And when you chop them, you don't want to push down on them. You just want to glide your knife and let the force do the work. As you can see, my knife is never leaving the board. I'm just sliding it over and chopping. So now that we have our potatoes chopped, well, they almost chopped. All right, that should be enough. Now that we have our potatoes chopped, we're gonna come over to our sink and we're just gonna put some cold water over them. Give those a nice rinse. And we're gonna sit those to the side. All right, now that we got our potatoes cut and sitting, soaking in the water, now it's time to season our steak. The first thing you wanna do is you wanna add some salt. And I like to be generous with the salt and season from a high point, just so you get an even distribution over all of your meat. Then you wanna go in with some fresh black cracked pepper. Now we're just gonna go in with a little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of onion powder. And you can be generous with the seasoning. Don't be scared of seasoning. And then go in with a little bit of prime steak. Now that we got our steak seasoned, you wanna take some olive oil. You want to put some on the top of your meat, and you just want to rub that in and get that coated. You want to flip it over to the next side, and what we do to one side, we must do to the other. So now, same thing as the first side. Salt. Pepper. Onion powder. Garlic powder. And some avocado oil. Now, you want to let this sit for about 30 seconds. And now we're ready to put it to the fire. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a non-stick skillet. We're gonna put it on medium-high heat. We're gonna add in some avocado oil, just enough to coat about the bottom inch of the pan. Now you wanna let this pan get very, very hot. Very hot. All right, now that we got our steaming pan hot and ready, we're gonna lay the steak down. And as soon as you lay the steak down, be sure not to touch it. Because if you touch it, you're gonna mess up the sear. Don't touch. As that's going, you want to just check on your potatoes. And as you're boiling them, you want to be able to put a knife through them. And if it goes all the way through and it's firm, they need a little bit more time. About 3 more minutes and the potatoes will be ready. Now let's come back to our steak. Want to add in a sprig of rosemary. Add in your thyme. Be careful because it's going to get hot. Add in some butter. And you just want to let all those flavors come together. I wish you guys could smell it. Now we're just going to give it a turn. Gonna cut our heat down and get ready to transfer in the oven in about 20 seconds. Now that we have our steak in the oven, let's go over and grab our potatoes, drain those out, and get to sauteing those. So you just want to drain the water out of the potatoes. I'm gonna make sure you get all of it out. Okay? Now, after you drain them, you want to take yourself a paper towel, put it in the bottom of a mixing bowl. Then you want to gently pour your potatoes into the bowl. Cover the top of the potatoes. A little bit of avocado oil. Give that a nice little toss. Grab yourself a non-stick skillet, medium-high heat. And I'm gonna season these at the end of the cooking process. About enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And to get that ultimate roast on the potatoes, I like to hand put mine face down in the oil. Just so you can get that nice crisp on it. This process takes about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how soft your potatoes are and how crispy you like them. Me, I like mine crispy, so this takes about 5 to 6 minutes. All right. Now that we got our potatoes in the skillet, we just want to let those sit and cook for about 3 to 5 minutes, and we're gonna come back and check on those. All right, now that we got our potatoes sauteed off, we're just gonna add a stick of butter in at the end. We're just gonna give that a nice mix. At this point, you can go ahead and cut your heat from the stove. You want to add in your seasonings at this point, up high. Give that another toss. You want to sit these to the side in the mixing bowl. And sit that to the side. Now we can check on our steak. Crack your egg. Now I like to go in now and just mix it all up. And the things with the eggs is you want them low and slow. You want to push them to the upside and let that cook, and then reverse doing the side on the other. That's the secret and trick to making them stay yellow and not being overcooked. Now let those sit for about 10 seconds. Give them 1 or 2 tosses. Cut the heat. Add our seasoning. And sit those to the side. Now that we have we're gonna take our steak and transfer it over to our cutting board. We're gonna grab our plate and we're gonna begin to plate this thing up. All right, so now it's time to taste. First, we're gonna try the eggs. Eggs are great. Potato. You can hear the crunch on the potato. Steak. This is a 10 out of 10 recipe. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And in the comments, let me know what you guys want to see me make next week. Thank you guys.